Just about 7 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock. Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Now, we are gearing up for a classic sweat on Boxing Day, of course, because we are having the third annual All-Boys School Football Cup. It's going to be a East versus North showdown. And so joining me to talk more about this is Old Boy, an Old Boy from Eldo and QRC, Mr. Basil Thompson, and of course an Old Boy as well from St. Augustine, Mr. Matthew Ramirez. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Now, the Old Boys Committee, I'm starting with you first, Basil. Tell us about the committee. Tell us how long you've been in existence.
All right, so the committee essentially generated in 2018. We would generally play against each other, a little sweat or fet match throughout the year. And coming on to December, we decided we should have a round robin with El Dorado, Arima, and St. Augustine. However, we usually would play QRC every year, so we didn't want to leave them out. So for the first year, we had QRC involved as well.
Right.
And now it has evolved to where we have 8 teams.
Wow. Who are the 8 teams in the tournament this year?
Right, so the 8 teams are 4 from the east and 4 from the north, right? Which is why it's an east versus north showdown.
Right.
So you have El Dorado, Arima, St. Augustine, and Barataria from the east. From the north, we have QRC, Fatima, Malik, and also forgetting somebody, St. Anthony's.
St. Anthony's,
right,
yeah. So I want St. Anthony's to do A's, so big up the Westmoreland Tigers.
All right,
I just had to put that in there. Now, Matthew, I'm coming to you because I also wanted to know as well, we have all these schools involved. I mean, what are some of the prizes that you could win on, if you win the competition?
Well, it's a challenge trophy we have for the winners. We also, this year, for the first time,
what I'm asking is that
the most goals and best goalkeeper. So those are the prizes to be won this year.
Yeah. All right. I think we lost you there for a little bit there, Matthew, but I'm coming to you, Basil, to ask you the same question. In terms of prizes, Matthew would have mentioned that challenge trophy. What else can people look forward to?
All right, so we have 3 other trophies to be won. Just the best goalkeeper, MVP, and most goals. We are also working on something for the fans, right? Because we are nothing without the persons who support the venue or the venture, sorry. So we are working on prizes to get the best dressed fan, biggest female crew, etc.
Nice. Now, Matthew, you are and you attended St. Augustine, right? St. Augustine Green. You let me know that up front. Are you going to be participating in the event? I mean, what sort of feedback do you usually get from these sort of tournaments?
Well, to begin, the tournament is way more than we expected it to be in terms of the volume of the crowd support. Yeah. Before it used to be just players only. Now we have basically over 500 plus supporters coming out to the event on a regular basis. So yes, I will be participating, representing the Green Machine.
Yes, nice. And it's taking place on Boxing Day. What time? Is there a fee to enter? How does it work?
We start at 3 p.m. We're asking people to make a contribution of 3 can items to go back to charity.
Nice. And where is it taking place?
At the Arima Velodrome.
Arima Velodrome. Now, Basil, why was it important to have that sort of donation or that charity drive, even though this is a challenge trophy kind of competition?
Well, we are from the community, and we thought it prudent to be able to give back to the community, assist those who are more in need, right? Not everybody is privileged enough to have a fully decked out Christmas or fully decked out life. So we decided if we can help, why not?
Yeah.
Right.
So you're moving it from just a Boxing Day sweat into something a bit more than what was expected.
Yes, correct.
All right,
Right,
nice.
so.
Now this is an East versus North showdown. I'm sure some of our viewers are like, what's going on in Tobago? What's going on in South? Is this going to be extended to other areas in TNT?
Well, hopefully, once we are able to manage it successfully, we will. But we don't want to bite off more than we can chew at this stage. So as we are growing and growing, we hope to be able to include Tobago teams and as well as the southern teams. Sorry.
Yeah. Now, how is it going to work on Boxing Day, Matthew? Because I'm wondering, is it that we have 8 teams coming together? How is that going to work until we get the 2 finalists to get that challenge
Well, we
trophy?
have 2 groups of 4,
Right.
which would be headed by the 2 finalists from the last time, which would be Arima Senior Comprehensive and St. Augustine. Yes. The games will be played at 20-minute intervals.
Right.
And for the group stages and the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the final will be played 30 minutes.
Yeah. Can we expect to see any of the old players who would have been, around in the glory days of these schools coming back on the field on Boxing Day? Can you share some names for us?
Yes, definitely. So the players that we have registered, I can recall, so Kenwin Jones, Steve Seeley from St. Anthony's, who we have from St. Augustine, we have Randy Ramtran, we have Matthew Ramirez, one of the right, Matthew was St. Augustine's skipper.
Yes.
Yeah, we have from El Dorado, we have Kevin James, or Beef as he's commonly known. We have World Cup players, Denzel Theobald from Malik,
Nice.
Abdullah Phillips, Kareem Joseph, who's called Tiny, from Malik. Yeah, so a lot of these schools have brought out some of their best.
Yes.
And they are all well interested and enthusiastic about playing and participating.
Yeah. Now, Matthew, you were the skipper of the Green Machine back in your day. And so I'm wondering, the face of football now, I mean, 16 years ago, our guys would have qualified for the World Cup. We haven't seen that sort of movement in the football fraternity. What do you think is holding us back, and how do you think we can get back to those glory days?
Well, as the Old Boys Committee, we're actually trying to bring back some of that in terms of showing the youngsters that even though we are older now, we can still come out and give in terms of not only on the field, but off the field. Yeah. And I think that's where one of the issues is basically more off the field than the issue being on the field with Trinidad football.
Yeah. And I wanted to hear your thoughts as well, Basil. How can we get back to having a representation at World Cup or even to any of the other regional or international tournaments?
All right, so Trinidad's sporting culture needs to be one that facilitates total focusing on sport. We don't fully focus on sport. Whenever we are at a sporting venture, a lot of us are focused more on the line than the actual game that's being played. And that transcends everything that we do. So players, a lot of times, after the school football, they're done with football and they go more into fet match. Right? If we are more focused on sport as an actual business or a career, right, fully, whereby the diet that the players have, the lifestyle, the alignment, too much partying, right? So carnival and sport don't mix.
I see Matthew laughing. Matthew,
Yeah. So,
are you guilty?
So
Matthew starts to laugh as soon as you say that.
That's a big challenge.
Yeah.
But Trinidadian, to be able to let go of all the training, right, things that make you inherently a Trinidadian,
Yeah.
mostly carnival and the, right, if we are able to cut that out, focus solely on sport, I think we will be able to get there.
And in terms of the external factors or associations, so let's bring in, for example, TTFA or even the Ministry of Sports and Community Development, can they also do more for our athletes going out?
Well, at present, I honestly know that they have been trying. Right? The TTFA is in a precarious situation. And we will, as a long discussion.
Of course, that's a separate interview altogether.
Right, yeah, but I know they are having a structure in place, or they're putting a structure in place, that should help facilitate the development of the game across the country.
Nice. Now, Matthew, what did you do long ago that sort of kept you in the game to even be the skipper of the team that you're hoping that some of the younger players can also include in their kind of workout regimen?
First is discipline.
Discipline.
In terms of being able, because not only, because as Basil was saying, it's to be a professional, that not only when you go to training, you train. You can do it on your own home, as the professionals do morning and evening. We don't do that here in Trinidad. We have one session for the day, and that's it. After that, basically, as you say, lime.
Yeah. So, Basil, before we close, I'm coming back to you. Just tell us exactly when the event is taking place, where it's taking place, what time, and what we need to bring if we have to enter the venue.
Okay, all right. So the event is on Boxing Day, which is Monday. The gates open at 3. Oh, sorry, the game starts at 3. The gates open at 2. We are asking for 3 cans from anyone who's coming as a patron. Right? There will be food on sale. Right? There is no cover charge.
Right.
So if you don't bring or you don't have cans, you can still enter. However, we are encouraging persons who are trying to enjoy the festive season.
Yes.
It's the festive season. Right? The charitable nature of Trinidadians is well known across the world. Right? And we're hoping to have some of that on show at the venue.
Nice. And just to confirm, it's the East versus North, and
Yes.
the registration has closed.
Yes,
We already
registration has
have the
closed.
8 games,
Correct.
the 8 teams going into the game
Yes,
on Monday.
that is correct.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. All the best, Green Machine. All the best. You're representing 2 teams.
Well,
so I don't know how that's going to work out for you, Basil, but I guess we're going to see
Yeah.
on Boxing Day. So, gentlemen,
Okay.
thank you so much, and all the best with the event, and have a great Christmas season.
Thank you.
Here on the Now Morning Show, we're going to take a break and be right back. Up next, we have birthdays, and we also have a very special guest coming up as well. Stay with us.
Yeah.